Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi, guys. Shauna Yao, CEO and your marketing mastermind at TotalGenius.net. And today I wanted to talk about the not so woo woo way to make money as a conscious entrepreneur. I wanted to do this video because I know that if you're not making money or if you're not making the amount of money that you want, that it's so easy to get focused on doing the work and you try to work harder, do more things, and try to be everywhere. But sometimes, really always, focusing more on just doing things without there being something more strategic behind that can lead to a lot of nothing, a lot of exhaustion, confusion, lack of clarity, and lack of self trust. And none of those things actually produce money. So, we're going to talk about the not so woo woo way, but the reality is I kind of have a woo side myself. And although I'm a very logical thinker, I like to think about the woo in a very logical way. And so we're actually going to talk about actual steps that you need to do. You may want to grab a pen and paper so that we can really spell this out. And so, first, before we talk about your business and money, I want to equate this to another subject that you probably know something about. Regardless of how much you weigh, everybody in their life has either tried to gain weight or tried to lose weight. More than likely, you've tried to lose weight or try to become healthier in your life. And so I want to relate it to that subject because then I think when we start talking about your business, it'll be so much easier to think about. So if you think about it, when somebody is going to go to try to lose weight, you can sit there, you can hope, and we know hope doesn't really work. You can wish that it's going to happen and try to starve yourself, but eventually you're going to get hungry and then you're going to end up eating. You could follow a diet, which it's called die for a reason. I don't know. Personally, I've never been able to follow a diet. Or you could plan in this not so woo woo way. And so if you're actually trying to lose weight, you could use this method. So what it breaks down to is, first of all, you need to address the situation. So you need to look at it head on. That means that you need to look at yourself in the mirror, completely naked, and take a picture of yourself. I know that sounds really weird, but like with your business, like with anything, you need to get a clear picture of where you're at. So if, as we're equating this to weight, you would go look in the mirror, take off all your clothes, and take a picture. You would print that picture out so you could actually see yourself, because sometimes you may also relate to this experience, but looking in the mirror is very different than looking from the outside. This is why a lot of people, when you go and you ask for advice, can see the whole picture while you're sitting there going, wow, why didn't I see that? So you take a picture, you print it out, and you look at yourself. Then look at the areas that you actually want to lose weight. And I want you to take a thin red marker and cut off those areas. Like literally, if your stomach is like bulging, you just cut it out to the how you actually want it to be. So if you want to relate this to like something woo, it's really about visioning what it is that you want to see, what it is that you want to achieve. Then I want you to post that picture on the wall. You could do it in your closet or something, but you actually have to look at that picture every single day, because that is the vision that you're going to have of yourself. This is thinking as if, so that every day when you look in the mirror, you don't actually see the reflection staring you back. You see the body that you have shaped out now by crossing out those red pieces, those red sections. Then I want you to look at, of course, what's really contributing to the issue. It's not exercising more, as research shows. It's really what you're eating, like what you're actually putting in your body. So, I know people like say you have to take it, look at everything that's in your refrigerator, blah, 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 and there's just a lot of work involved. But I actually want you to do a little work, but this is more like fun work. I want you to write down all the healthy foods that you love. Whatever healthy foods you love. I love eating vegetables. I love eating lettuce. I love apples. I love, all those things. Then I want you to write down everything that you know about what you've been told about losing weight. What you actually really believe, because you actually have to really believe the science behind this. So if you believe that calories are the reason why you're not losing weight, first of all, let me just tell you, that's really not the reason why. But if that's the reason you believe, then, then that's what you believe. And then I want you to figure out how you can eat more of those healthy foods that you love, and how you can eat less of the other foods. Like, just start eating more of the healthier foods to fill you up, so you can eat less of the other foods. And every day you're going to look at yourself in the mirror as that healthy person. And then every day I want you to eat more of those healthy foods and a little less of the not healthy foods. And eventually you're going to have to look at the environment that surrounds you. You're going to have to clean up your kitchen, really decide what your priorities are. If you really love these healthy foods, how can you make that your diet if it's actually going to lead you to the success you want? And every day, I'm sorry, I forgot this part. You're going to have to weigh yourself, because this is about measuring your success so that you can see where you're growing and see where you're losing, really, and see where you're not losing. And then it's back to those conditions, to your environments. Are the foods in your refrigerator and in your kitchen leading you to weight loss and success? Or are they detracting from you? And every time you have stress, you turn to them. Because then those foods are not contributing to the goal that you want. And then you just really have to decide, what is it that you really want? What's really important to you? Do you really want that body that you drew out on that picture? And it's an everyday, moment by moment plan that you set up the conditions of your life to lead you to the goal that you want. And I promise you, if you do this, it will work. Like all those steps. Now, if you look at your business, it's the same thing. You actually have to address where you're at in your business and then plan backwards. So if you look at your business and your bank account, like really look at your bank account and see where you are today, what is missing, how much you need to make up that amount. Do you know how much your bills are? Do you know how much you're spending every month? Because if you don't know the numbers, then how do you expect yourself to make money as a conscious entrepreneur? You actually have to address that. So do all of that work. Look at your bank account. Look at the numbers. Write them all down. Print out a list, just like with the weight, right? And look at it every single day. Now, look at your business. Look at what you're doing. Do you love what you're doing? Because if you love it, then that's really great. So then we need to get to the numbers. But what do you really love? So if you don't love it, are you just trying to have a business with things that you think will sell? Because I want you to take the selling part out. We're talking about being a conscious entrepreneur. So I want you to really write down a list of everything that you love. Everything you love doing, just in general, hobbies, things like that. Now, Write down on another sheet of paper everything that people value about you. You know, people say, oh, I love this about you, or I love that about you, or you say something to someone and they're like, wow, that's so insightful, or thank you, you just made me feel so good. Write down that list. Then look at both lists. What do I love, and what are people valuing of me? And then how can you merge those lists? What is it that you can do in your business that you love, that people value about you? And then what is it that you need to sell that will provide that value? Is it a course? Is it coaching? Is it a product that you produce? Whatever kind of business you have, whatever kind of entrepreneur you have, even if you have like a retail store or a clothing store or a gift store, people value something of you. And when you can produce it and position it correctly with the right pricing, know who values it, and sell it, you can make money. So it goes a little deeper than that, okay? So now that you know your situation in your bank account, and you know what it is that you do in your business, now how many of those things do you need to sell in order to make that amount every month? So I want you to get a clear picture, just like with your weight, how much you need to sell every month so that you can make that amount of money. Is what you're selling at the prices you sell realistic? Do you need to sell 2,000 and you haven't sold any? Because that means that you need 2,000 people to buy what it is that you sell. And if that's the case and you don't have that already, then we need to look at what it is that you're selling so we can come up with a realistic number so you can make money. Do you see how this is working? There's a science and logic behind having your business and creating success. The reason why many business owners fail is that they try to put everything together. So they want to do what they love, and then they want to put it together. And then they think that things like building a list, doing a webinar, doing things like that. And then you just hope for money to come your way. But just like losing weight, you can't hope that that weight is going to go away if you have ice cream and cookies as part of your diet. Those things do not match. So if you have what you love in your business and it's not a realistic number, or it's not positioned correctly, all your talents aren't positioned correctly, you don't know the audience that you sell it to, you don't know how to market it, then those things don't add up either. So you can't wish that you're going to make a certain amount of money. You actually have to have the critical essentials to making money. So I just did a podcast episode on that, and so I'm just going to review a couple of things. But, you know, you have to really understand who you are, because the little bit of woo and not so woo-woo side is that you attract who you are. You attract, and if you're a woo person, you know, the energy. You put out a certain energy online, and that energy, broken down into a science, is your conviction. It's your belief in what it is that is your highest value. So when I do videos, when I do my marketing, and when I speak, if I were talking about something that I don't feel confident about or don't strongly believe, and I'm just trying to sell something, I wouldn't know what to say. I would probably be fumbling all over the place, and yeah, I would be nervous, and you would be able to pick that up. But I understand business, and the solid conviction that I have in helping high value people understand your high value so that you can spread it to the world, so that you can create your own individual success, and so that you can, and this is why I do what I do every single day, so you can stop beating yourself up in your head and understand how valuable you are. Because I know, as a conscious entrepreneur, I spend a lot of time in my head overthinking, beating myself up, sometimes just not feeling good enough. And nobody should have to spend their life doing that. In addition to the fact that those things cause you to not stand in your value, then you go and you try to do your marketing and that conviction isn't there. People buy you and your conviction. See how it works? It doesn't add up. There is an art and a science to making your business work. And it's more than just about the woo-woo side of things. So you can be conscious, you can be spiritual, and you can believe in something higher, because I hope that you do. But then you need to take that and put it into a solid foundational business model that will allow you to own your expertise and to believe in what you do, because people need you. And when you position yourself correctly, the right people will hear you. So that's it for today. I just really wanted to get this to you so that you can start understanding what it is that will create your value so that you can go and make money. If you haven't read the special ultimate guide to getting paid for who you are and claiming your personal brand authority, you can download that at tinyurl.com/TG-U. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video. That's it for today. Feel free to comment, message me at any time with any questions, and let's get you rocking in your business.
Yeah.
Biohacking success. 3 brains, 2 minds, 1 total genius. That's Total Genius. Creating success for entrepreneurs, one genius moment at a time.